Lights, camera, review.
Drop arrived in theaters in 2025. Margot, a widowed mother, goes on the first date she's had in years. To make the nerves worse, the evening takes a terrifying turn when an anonymous caller bombards her with threatening texts. First dates are already stressful enough, but when you add a hostage situation like in Drop, it's no longer relaxing. Like the plot, the movie makes you feel the tension, wondering how she's going to escape. The first act is set up well, but the second act doesn't quite stick the landing. Megan Fahey is fantastic as Drop's leading lady Margot. You may have seen Fahey in other media, like Netflix's The Perfect Couple and HBO's The White Lotus. For Drop, Fahey navigates panic, paranoia, and resourcefulness for the majority of the film. Fahey remarked that playing Margot was an enjoyable and intense time, challenging her emotional performance. Margot doesn't stop at anything to escape her anonymous attacker, using every resource she has, including prior knowledge. She becomes more confident. The film has several supporting roles, crediting Brandon Sletter, Violet Bean, Jacob Robinson, Reed Diamond, Gabriel Ryan Spring, Jeffrey Self, and Ed Weeks. The Best Supporting Character award goes to the overly enthusiastic waiter named Matt, played by Jeffrey Self. I had my eye on Violet's date Henry, played by Sletter, not because of his charming demeanor, but because anyone is a suspect in a film like this. Henry is patient with Violet's abrupt behavior, accommodating her needs. I lost count on how many times one of them leaves the table. You know it's a Christopher Landon film based on his trademark campy style and character dynamics. My favorite films directed by Landon are Happy Death Day and Freaky. He has a knack for the thriller genre, putting his own spin on things. He adds more personal layers to his stories. Landon worked closely with Fahey, especially on a serious storyline that involved abuse. As Fahey said, they had conversations with people who had undergone similar experiences. This helped translate an honest portrayal. Landon's direction is inventive throughout, leaning into visual storytelling. As for the technical elements, cinematographer Mark Spicer mirrors the tension with tight-knit shots and clever lighting. He also instills creative visual graphics of the threatening texts Violet gets. What looks to be the skyline of Chicago is actually Ireland. Drop was primarily filmed in Dublin, Ireland, with Ardmore Studios playing as interior shots. Production designer Susie Cullen created the restaurant set. The location is an important part of the film. This restaurant is beautiful with a grand atmosphere, but not with a thriller situation going on. Drop is a nerve-wracking thriller. To relieve audiences from the tension, Landon has funny moments with his trademark comedy. One line flooded with irony made my friends and me laugh. Phones are reliable, but they make things worse in a heartbeat with one little text. You never know who can get hold of your personal information. The film falters in the second act. Drop begins with a blend of personal tension and unpredictability, but descends into something we've seen before. Drop reminded me of 2005's Red Eye. Without spoiling anything, Drop should have remained in its setting, only becoming over the top. The theater makes a great viewing experience for Drop. Although it draws on similar thriller tropes, Drop is still worth seeing, and it's a tense watch. What movies have you seen in theaters? The next movie had me laughing and laughing in the theater. That's a lie, because I only saw it on Netflix 2 years ago. Look out for Jim Carrey's Liar Liar. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel or to my Patreon. My name is Marielle, and this has been another one of my movie reviews.